In my last video, I talked about fatigue and watching 52 films across 52 weeks and then some. And I don't know because when I think about Avatar as a franchise, I don't know if coming into this, having seen so many films this year and ending in December and thinking I'm much more low energy than other times of the year, or whether I'm just not. This was never a franchise that was designed for me. But I did go into this with low expectations, and I came out with those expectations either met or slightly underwhelmed. Because I don't know, I greatly appreciate the craftsmanship that James Cameron has put into the Avatar world as a whole. Despite my feelings about the original Avatar film and the fact that I wasn't on board with it in the first place, he revolutionized filmmaking in what he created, and vast swathes of people really engaged with Avatar to the point where there is a syndrome named after the fact that people were so invested in Pandora and what that world looked like and felt like. And then when he made the sequel, similarly, I was intrigued, and I came out the film thinking, say, it's not for me, but I admire the effort that has gone into this. And again, that's what is the people clearly really engaged with it. The first two films both made 2 billion. This one, it feels like pattern repetition, and I'm at the point now where I am kind of done, because Fire and Ash is bog standard. We're at the soap opera point. The idea of Avatar was never that the stories were supposed to be particularly original or compelling. It was about the world in which it existed, and you get a story that you would recognise, whether that you want to say Dances with Wolves, Pocahontas, and yet you get to this third one and the characters are really starting to wear. We've obviously built in these teenage characters who are very hard to watch, and it's not to say there isn't certain compelling aspects to it. You know, the Jake Sully character is still a vaguely interesting character. His villain is also quite an interesting character in regards to like where he's come from in the first film to this, but I don't care. I don't care enough about this world or its characters, to the point that where this film floundered in places, where it felt repetitious to the second film, in terms of its plot beats, in terms of where the characters' arcs were going, I hard checked out. And these are long films. The intention is for them to be long films so that you feel lived in the world. But it just made it all the more torturous, because frankly, I'm not interested in Pandora. I was vaguely interested in sort of how the world operated, but I feel like I have had enough. And this film gave me less than the previous two. And now I just feel like this film has already done quite well, and consequently, Cameron will probably make more of them. And I think this is the point where I tap out and say I just don't think I have the interest or the stamina to watch something that I am not invested in, and I think that is the sign to be done. And it's a shame. It's a shame to end my year with such a pessimistic view of such a big franchise, but maybe that fits into the theme of December. I'm not sure, but it just feels like, yes, this is just not for me, and I need to accept that and look elsewhere when it comes to big tentpole franchises.